What's up everyone, welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. So today I just wanted to talk about this exciting new buy it by the case incentive that WizKids is offering now for the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary set. So if you guys haven't heard about this already, where have you been? Because I'm like a week late to post a video about this. Yeah, I've seriously been way too busy. But anyway, so we're going to talk about this today because they released a lot of the, well, I think basically all of the DC 2020 convention exclusive figures that we were supposed to get last year, but of course with, you know, the whole world shutting down, they couldn't really release those. So they're deciding to release them as a buy it by the case incentive. So basically you buy a case of Wonder Woman, or not, it doesn't have to be a case necessarily, it can be 20 boosters, you know, individually if you want to do it that way, 2 separate bricks. So basically all you have to do to get yourself one of these figures is cut out 20 UPCs from Wonder Woman 80th anniversary packs. I'll put a link in the description to the actual website so you can see the whole list of what you gotta do, but you mail them in with a form that you have to fill out to WizKids, and then they'll email you a code which you have to go enter on their website, I believe, and then you'll get a random figure, no requests, so it's completely random. There's one I'm definitely hoping to get most of all, but yeah, I think it's really cool. I've seen some people complain that it sucks that you have to like buy, you know, like $200 whatever dollars worth of stuff to be able to get these figures. But from my perspective, I'm probably going to buy that much stuff anyway, so this is just a free figure on top of that. I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's just free stuff, and you know, you can always just probably buy it once everybody has theirs and they start putting them on eBay or whatever, or up for trade and stuff. So I still think it's a great, awesome deal that they just give this out for free to anybody with 20 UPCs. And, you know, if your friend already did one, because there did say a limit 1 per customer or whatever, so if like your friend already did theirs and they got a few extra boosters, maybe they can give you their UPCs or something. That'd be cool. But anyway, so I think this is a really awesome deal, and we got to look at almost all the figures, so without further ado, let's check them out. So first up, we have Justice League Fulcrum Abominus. Now this thing looks freaking amazing. I did say there was one I was hoping to get the most. It's this one. Basically a giant, like, Voltron Megazord robot thing, amalgamation of all of the Justice League characters as robots. So super cool. It's got the Apocalypse, Justice League, and robot keywords. It's got a special movement power, Colossal Retaliation, built to destroy the Justice League. Free if no friendly character has been placed this turn. Choose an opposing character that attacked Justice League Fulcrum Abominus or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Justice League Fulcrum Abominus such that it can make a close attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. The target can't use defense powers this attack. That's a very powerful Colossal Retaliation ability. The fact that they can't use any defense powers is just super powerful. Obviously no impervious, no invincible, no super senses, no combat reflexes, anything like that. Just punch them straight through any of their defense. Really great. Another special one is attack power, destroy your greatest champion. Precision strike. When Justice League Fulcrum Abominus KOs the highest point opposing character, after resolutions, give all opposing characters an action token. So I think that's really cool if you happen to use his Colossal Retaliation at the right moment on the highest point character, or even if you're just playing him on his higher point lines and you manage to KO their highest point character, giving your opponent's whole team an action token is pretty crazy, especially if you do it at the right moment. It can really help turn the flow of the game in your favor, and it's a really cool power to have. And then finally, he has a special on his defense, Colossal Indifference, more than a collection of toys. Stop, toughness. If Justice League Fulcrum Abominus started the game on the 25-point starting line, it can't attack smaller characters except via Colossal Retaliation. So that's your average Colossal Indifference type of power. Taking a look at the back of the card, it's got Superman ally, Batman ally, and Justice League team abilities. So the ability to see through hindering and stealth, even though it's a big like 2x2 base. Still really, really powerful abilities to have. 7 range, colossal size obviously, 12 movement with hypersonic, 12 attack, 20 defense, and 5 damage with prob control on that opening 285 point line. pretty crazy stats. He's got 14 clicks of life there with that stop click at the end. And then if we're looking at the 130 point line, he starts out with running shot, 11 attack, again with the attack power, 18 with invincible, and 4 damage with prob. For only 65 points, we can get sidestep with an 11 attack, penetrating blast, 17 toughness, and 3 damage with outwit this time. And then probably the best starting line is going to be the 25 point retaliation line with all the specials, 11 attack, 18 defense, and 3 damage. And now that's the only click that you're going to get that colossal retaliation on. So for only 25 points, to be able to retaliate on something, they can't use defense powers for that attack. He's got his own prob already. He can see through hindering. So yeah, just lots of really cool stuff he can do. Personally, my favorite point lines are probably the 25 is obviously going to be the best usually. But I really like the 65 and the 130 point lines for two just completely different types of starting lines, just completely different things he can do. But then at his 285 point line, really cool, really high stats, really powerful. Probably won't see him played as much at that point value, but having the extra 15 points for like a little bit of maybe a cheap little perplexer or something, still really helpful and would be really fun to play. Especially in higher point games. If we're talking like a 500 or 600 point game, totally gonna throw this guy down with some Justice League support would be great. And now anyway, that guy's super awesome, but moving on next, we have Brainiac and Lex Luthor. Now they have the Injustice League, Project Cadmus, Secret Society of Supervillains, Politician, Robot, and Scientist keywords. Of course, they have the Injustice League trait that we saw in JLU, where at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. On a 6, give an action token to an opposing character that's 100 points or less. It doesn't come up a whole lot, but when it does, it can be very helpful. Special movement power gives him charge, flurry, plasticity, and giant reach 2. Very powerful combination of powers right there. Special attack power gives him pulse wave, steal energy, but with close or range attacks. Again, a really good combination of powers there. And then special defense gives him stop, impervious, protected, penetrating psychic blast. So that's a really good stop click. It's already going to be protected from outwit from being a stop and being protected from penetrating blast. Having all that is going to make it really hard to get through that stop click. And he's got 2 of those stop clicks. Looking at the back of his card here, one in the middle and one at the end. Now he starts with a 10 movement with that charge, flurry, giant reach, plasticity special, 12 attack, precision strike, 19 with impervious, and 4 damage with outwit, 6 range double target, some flight there, Injustice League and Superman enemy team abilities. So really cool. And then you can see when he gets that first stop click is when he gets that pulse wave and steal energy for close or range attacks. And that's going to be really annoying to deal with because even though Pulse Wave with the new rules isn't going to be quite as good as it used to be, it's going to be 1 damage no matter how many targets there are. You could still Pulse Wave a big group of characters and just have better odds of hitting at least one of them, so you could steal energy up past the stop click. And then you got to, hit him back onto that stop click. It's going to be really annoying. Same thing on that last click too when he goes back up to a 19 defense. For only 150 points, he's got a lot of 4 damage clicks there, a lot of 19 defense. Yeah, this guy's a beast, man. Really cool. Now moving on, we have another villain here. We have Grodd, and he has the Gorilla City, Injustice League, Legion of Doom, Secret Society of Supervillains, Animal, Ruler, and Scientist keywords. That's a lot of keywords. Improved movement for elevated and hindering terrain. Obviously, this was supposed to come out last year. With the new rules, there's no longer a need to ignore hindering terrain for movement. But he's got the Injustice League trait as well that we just saw. And then he has a special movement power to give him mind control, sidestep, and stealth, as well as a special defense power that gives him invulnerability and mastermind. And then a really long special damage power here. Turn all of humanity into apes. Leadership, outwit, perplex. When Grodd uses perplex targeting an opposing character, you may have both players roll a d6. If your result is higher, give the target character a devolution token. Characters with a devolution token can use charge, earthbound neutralize, and battle fury, and can't use any other powers. When a character with a devolution token clears, even if this power is lost, remove their devolution tokens. So that's a really powerful special damage power. I mean, just right off the bat, leadership, outwit, and perplex, 3 really great support powers to have. And then when you perplex an opposing character, you can have a little roll off with your opponent. And if your result's higher, then they get a de-evolution token. and that way they can only use Charge, Earthbound, and Battle Fury, taking away any other powers they have, which is just really, really powerful to do to somebody. You know, that takes away any type of like impervious or invincible they might have. They got Super Senses Shape Change, you know, that's kind of annoying. Now they don't have any of that. If they have like Running Shot and whatever, now they can only Charge. You know, there's lots of, that really hurts a lot of characters. For 75 points, and he starts off with all of those special powers, as well as 11 attack with Telekinesis, 18 defense and 3 damage, with a 6 range, and he's got the Injustice League team ability as well. So very, very solid version of Gorilla Grodd. Probably the best one we've had yet, I think. So those are really awesome. And moving on, there's one other. I saved him for last because we didn't get a look at the back of his card. For some reason, I think there was a mistake. They didn't put it on there or something. But anyway, we've got a look at Plastic Man. He's got the All-Star Squadron, Freedom Fighters, Justice League, Terrifics, Detective, and Police keywords. He's a unique, and he starts with a trait, Master of Disguise, free. If Plastic Man began the turn on the map, generate a disguised Plastic Man object that you haven't already generated this game. If you do, place Plastic Man on your sideline. It was me the whole time. Sideline active, free. Choose a friendly disguised Plastic Man object on the map and place it into a square adjacent to its current square. Sideline active, at the beginning of your turn, you may remove a friendly disguised Plastic Man object from the map. If you do, place Plastic Man in the square of the disguised Plastic Man object occupied on his current click number. If Plastic Man is the only character on your force, you must do so if able, otherwise KO him. And then a special movement power gives him Leap Climb Plasticity. When Plastic Man uses Leap Climb and moves 5 squares or less after resolutions, he can use Quake at no cost. So kind of a nice little Leap Climb charge there to use Quake. Pretty cool. And now, like I said, we didn't get a look at the back of his card, so we don't really know what kind of stats he's got there. But we do have a special object that he will come with, I believe, which is the Nifty Mailbox. It's a heavy object. It costs 3 points. It says at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 for each adjacent opposing character. On a 3 through 6, give that character an action token. That's a neat little, or should I say a nifty little special object for 3 points. Kind of just filler, but it's fun. You know, sometimes you have an odd 2 or 3 points left over, and having a nice little object like that helps. Now, on the other side, it says Mailbox, Disguised Plastic Man Special Object. So this is what he'll actually turn into. On the other side, it's Indestructible, Immobile, and it says at the beginning of your turn, you may give an adjacent opposing character an action token. So you don't have to roll for that one if he actually turns into it. If you pay the 3 points and just have it as a regular object, you have to roll for it. But if it's him as the object, you don't have to roll for it. That's pretty cool. It's indestructible and immobile, so I'm guessing you're not going to be able to move that object, like with his special power gives you the ability to move them a square. But that's because there's going to be more objects. I have seen, I believe, a traffic cone, and I can't remember, there's something else. So there's going to be a couple other of special objects that I believe were supposed to be released in like some of the OP kits or whatever around the same time. So we'll have to wait and see how they release those next to go with this Plastic Man. This is a really cool Plastic Man, and I do hope we get the rest of those objects soon. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these figures and about this whole buy it by the case incentive. I'm loving it. Of course, I'm going to buy a case of this set anyway, so it's really just a free figure for me. But I can understand if you guys think that it might be hard to get 20 UPCs. Let me know what you feel about that in the comments. And yeah, what do you think about the figures? Which one's your favorite? Because like I said, that Justice League Fulcrum Abominus is probably my favorite for sure. They're all really, really cool though. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you smash that like button. It helps. And don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And big thank you to this month's Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see your name here in the credits, as well as some other awesome bonuses, make sure you check out the Patreon. Links in the description for that. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.